Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener-supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast. 10 minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Wednesday morning, the 28th day of January 2026. Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Michlin. Thanks for tuning in to KSJE, 90.9 FM over the air right here in San Juan County, New Mexico. In Durango, Colorado, we broadcast at 103.3 FM. And if you're listening anywhere else, you may have gone to our website to tune in, ksje.com, or you're listening through the new KSJE radio app. It's great to have you all with us this morning. Also, welcome to our viewers who are joining us. The video of this program streaming out live to the KSJE Facebook page and also to our YouTube channel. This morning, our conversation is with Farmington Schools. We'll get an update on all things going on at Farmington Schools with the new year underway, so stay tuned for that. It begins in the next few moments right here on KSJE. Then, of course, next hour, Mick Hess is going to take us roving with the arts, our weekday classical music program, special 90-minute version on Wednesdays, of course, to take us to 10:30, and right on Four Corners, our local and regional author program with Delcherie Spinner. And this week, Delcherie is speaking with New Mexico author Donald Mengay about his book called Bare Life. You'll hear that conversation today at 10:30 on KSJE. You can also connect with us on other forms of social media like Instagram or Blue Sky or X. And if you're a podcast listener, you can find KSJE podcasts. They're available wherever you listen to podcasts, so subscribe and maybe discover a new local program that you may have missed. Or better yet, download the new KSJE radio app. Podcasts are right there built in, and you can also stay connected on the go. Outside our studios here at San Juan College this morning, it is 18 degrees at the moment. We are expecting a partly sunny day today with a high of about 42 degrees. Partly cloudy overnight tonight with a low near 25. It'll be sunny and 44 on Thursday and Friday. A bit warmer Saturday and Sunday, warming up to near 50 degrees by Sunday with overnight lows right around 30 degrees. Back with my guests from Farmington Schools right after this on KSJE. KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center. The most important ingredients to sustaining health and wellness are the resources and tools that help you live a vibrant and healthy life. At San Juan Regional Medical Center, the goal is to promote health by making sure those resources are available. Find the path to the best life at lifebetterhere.com. San Juan Regional Medical Center. Better is our mission, improving lives through personalized health and care. Ready to make a difference close to home? The University of Denver Graduate School of Social Work Four Quarters program is accepting applications for the 2026-2028 Master of Social Work cohort. Classes meet Fridays in Durango, letting you keep working. Learn more at du.edu/socialwork/fourcorners. Students can change the future with DU and apply now for lasting impact.
Now back to Studio A and the award-winning Scott Michlin Morning Program on KSJE.
And my guest this morning, as I mentioned, from Farmington School, Superintendent Cody Diehl is back with us this morning. Mr. Diehl, good morning. Happy New Year.
Good morning.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in. You brought some folks with you this morning as well from the district, so let's introduce them as well. Lauryn Gonzales is here. She is the media specialist with Farmington Schools. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome back. Good to see you. Also, Roberto Taboada is here as well. He is the Public Information Officer. Roberto, thank you for coming in.
Good morning, Scott.
Good to see you all here this morning. And so, Mr. Diehl, how are things going in the new year?
They're going good.
Right.
And you know, we're about to talk about some amazing things happening within the district. And I want to really thank these two for highlighting what we do on a daily basis. And it goes beyond Facebook posts and Twitter posts or wherever they post all this stuff. I was talking to Ms. Gonzales before we started about her being in classrooms and supporting our teachers through video and through grant applications and just some of the great stuff that they do, whether they're spending their nights at spelling bees. So I wanted to thank them before we move on.
Very good. Well, and I think too, the whole idea of having a media specialist and a public information officer for a school district is relatively recent. I can remember a time before school districts had such people and such departments, and so I think it's helped to get the word out about the stories. I think the media, to stand up for the media, does a pretty good job, but there are more stories than the media is able to tell going on in schools around the country and the state, and I think that's an important part of their job to get that message out. Yeah,
no doubt, and obviously the world that we live in today with social media and the truth, the untruth, all of those things. So they do a really good job of telling our story, and I'm really proud of what they do.
Very good. Well, great to have you both here, as we said. So welcome, and thanks for coming in. We'll get started by talking about some highlights from the last few months or so and some of the things that have been going on. One would be your Heights Symphonic Band.
Yeah, so last year they were in conjunction with another James Monroe Middle School. They played at an Isotopes game, right? And so with that, they've received an award, Advocacy in Action recipient. So cool stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that one of the videos, or one of the things that I talked about, what Lauren's doing is working with Mr. Jackson over at Heights, and so building some really good fine arts programs.
Right, very good.
And as you know, we've been in here a million times with Daniel Fear and
Sure.
and the community awards that we get, and we're going to continue to grow. I think I have a meeting later this week with both high school band directors and our activities, operations and activities executive director, Mr. Gamboa, to that's obviously our goal all the time, is to continually improve.
Very good, very good. Well, the district's commitment to fine arts is well known and appreciated, I think, with the community. So congratulations there. Just so we're not sharing fake news, I want to point out this picture was not a recent picture, obviously, because they're in short sleeves. This was from maybe May, right?
Yeah, May 1st.
Maybe a little warmer than it is today.
Yeah,
we'll put that out there.
Yeah, they were playing at an Isotopes game.
And
right?
it's labeled as such, so thank you. Thank you for that. Very good. Other news, board certified teachers at Farmington schools, and this is significant, I know. I think a lot of districts would like to have as many board certified teachers as you can.
Absolutely, and our goal is to continue to grow it and surpass, at least per capita, every district in the state. And so in January, we recognized these teachers, and their perseverance to battle through this national board certification just says a lot about them. And 4 of them were last year recipients that we brought back this year to recognize with our new recipients. And so if you see in the picture there, I think we have 43 or more than that, more than 50 educators, but 43 continue to still work in our district that are national board certified. And
nice.
I know I get a lot of pushback for change and expectations around certain things, and some of the systems that we're putting in place with our district strategic plan around high reliability schools those systems lend to highly effective teachers, and so I believe that any teacher in our district is very capable of achieving national board certification with the support and the systems that we have in place within Farmington Municipal Schools. So really proud of this group, and then you see Mr. Parentoni there in the photo. Our new executive director of human resources is nationally board certified and truly believes in it, and so do we, and so it's
very good.
And the great part about it is it's another way to make more money as a teacher.
Well,
so anybody that's nationally board certified gets 1.5 of the unit value, so time and a half. So when the state sets the unit value, these teachers get a bonus.
Right.
It's great.
Nice.
And the state pays it, and so we want to thank our legislators, and we want to thank the Public Education Department for earmarking that money to support teachers who are willing to continue to grow.
Very good. And now, if you wouldn't mind explaining to me a bit what that means when they become board certified. Does that mean there's an extra educational component that these teachers have gone through, or they've taken a test, or what type of certification are we talking about?
Yeah, so there's a whole string of it. And
I
you
see.
know what? Maybe we should bring Mr. Parentoni in sometime to really talk about it. But there's, they have to.
There's obviously an effort.
There's a huge effort
Yeah.
and an undertaking and a cost for them.
I see.
And so, but yes, they have to model, they have to submit their work, videotape themselves, and
Okay.
all of the components of becoming national board certified fit within our systems of high reliability schools and effective teaching in every classroom. So I'd love to talk more about it. I wish I don't have all of the information, so I want to tell you exactly
Gotcha.
how to do it.
That's
because
okay.
I'm not nationally board certified.
Okay, well, there you go.
I didn't have to go through it, but Mr. Parentoni has, which is another strength for him as our executive director of human resources. Is
Right.
He can talk it and support these folks, and
Sure.
and we have others that do the same.
Okay, very good. You may be a nationally board certified superintendent. Perhaps that's maybe more of your,
Maybe.
all right. Moving on.
Let's move on.
Okay, appreciate that. Let's see. Science Olympiad. Let's talk a little bit about that event and some of the things that happened there.
Yeah, and guys, I don't know if you want to chime in, but once again,
Feel
very
free.
proud about of our schools and Hermosa Middle School and Farmington High School, but
Yeah, and this was just a recent event.
yeah,
So.
yep. So held on January 17th, and once again, these guys were there and doing a great job of reporting back. And these events, before they chime in, I want to talk a little bit about we got National History Day coming up this month.
Right.
Science fairs, these types of competitions, regional events, clubs that we have within our schools. These guys do a good job of highlighting it, and I want to keep growing them. They
Right.
have peaks and valleys of when they're popular or not, but our teachers in our schools do a really good job of supporting our students with these events.
Sure, and I was just going to add too, it seems like it teaches your students a little bit of extra things, not by just knowing the content of what they're presenting, but also the whole idea of presenting and being part of these events. And so now I'll stop talking and hear from you both about what this means.
They also learn how to improve, because I see a lot of the students from the year before and the year
Right.
before, and so they come back and they're like, okay, I did this wrong, so this year I'm going to improve by doing this or bringing this. So we see a lot of kids getting better at it.
That's an important life lesson right there,
Oh, yeah.
too. That's very true.
Yeah.
Great. Lauren?
Yeah, and just the collaboration that these students have with each other is so amazing to see them really working as a team and overcoming some pretty big challenges. So
Right.
that's just a wonderful lesson for them to
Yeah.
learn this.
Other important lessons, too. So that's great.
Yeah, it's funny. I was talking to a parent this morning about athletics and the opportunity to be part of a team, to collaborate, and all those things that athletics teaches. The most important things beyond wins and losses. And this is just another opportunity, as Lauren said, for kids to work together, to collaborate, to learn how to resolve conflict or test an hypothesis, whatever it is. Great life skills
Right.
to take with them forever.
Yeah, no, very true. So that's great. And congrats to Hermosa and for earning that first place in the middle school division, and Farmington High for earning the high school division as well. That's great. Very good. Let's see, coming up, the 4th annual Junior Chef Competition. You got my attention. You had me at
I know.
Burger Battle Royale.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how you get to be a judge in that.
Right?
That is
I know.
awesome.
It's funny, I'm not a foodie, and they ask me to judge every year, and I say no. I like to go watch, but I just, I just never know. So,
Yeah.
Lauren, you can have my spot.
Okay,
You
cool.
got it.
I
Look at
know.
that. See?
I'll take it.
Nice.
This is really cool. I love the theme, although I am a burger guy, so maybe
Uh-oh.
we'll both.
Hey.
Okay.
Maybe we'll both, judge. But really, really a great competition. And this was started by Marie Johnson, several years back in conjunction with K-12 Elior and our partners, food service partners. And Madeline Templeton and her team will continue on with it. And I love the theme and what they're doing, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, very true. And it looks like you're still looking for teams to compete, or how does that work?
Yeah, registration still open, so definitely time to get in there and get your team built to participate.
Yep.
Got you. And this will happen in April.
It'll happen in April. There's a window for registration in March. So yep, we're going to continue to, like it says, sign up, first come, first serve, 14 teams, and appreciate the partnership with our food service folks, and they help, with food handling,
Sure.
and the equipment, and all of that stuff. So.
Exactly.
It's a great day, and anybody's welcome to come watch. It's really fun. I don't know if you've seen these food competitions on TV.
Right.
We run it very
so fun,
similar, you
yeah.
know. I mean, there's a time component to it, and you only get a certain amount of ingredients. And
Yeah,
it's
great.
I don't know what it's going to look like this year, but last year it was, you had to go to the table and pick out your ingredients and do some stuff from scratch. So, looking forward to it.
Okay. All right. Very good. That is coming up in April again, but the registration window will open, on March 2nd, I think, through the 13th. You can register a team. So there is that as well. Some other things from Mr. Diehl that are going on. You have a new armed campus safety monitor at Tibbetts.
Yeah, we do. We had one. All of our armed campus safety monitor positions have been filled at the secondary level. We have a new armed campus safety monitor at Tibbetts, Andreas Eichley, and he was one of our SROs and worked for the Farmington Police. Well, of course, all of them have that tie. But I think the thing that I would like to talk about here is with the addition of the safety monitor, the armed campus safety monitor at Tibbetts, it's going to allow us to now start giving some coverage to our elementary schools. And so, appreciative of our school board and director of safety, Dale Bodie, for the push to keep us safe and continue to do great things. So people are key, and so there's a lot of exterior things that we can do with fencing and stuff, but the more of these folks we have in our buildings, just a different set of eyes, the better. So we're really proud of that, and we're now I saw an email last week from one of our security folks on what that's going to look like for our elementary school, so I'm really happy for that.
Good, very good.
Good work.
Right, and I guess by having these folks on campus at the school on a pretty regular schedule, does that help them create a relationship with the students and not be just this person who shows up maybe once or twice a week or what have you?
It's been a really good partnership, and I can't thank the Farmington Police Department enough for all of their efforts from the last 25 years, when they supplied SROs to our schools. But the difference is these folks are employed by Farmington Municipal Schools, and we have a partnership with the police department in terms of training and certifications, but there are folks, and one of the downfalls of the old SRO system is they work 410s, which means we go to school 5 days a week, so we had days that weren't covered. To nobody's fault, but these folks work for us, and they're in our schools every day.
Sure.
So, there are no days off.
Yeah, right. Very good. That's true. And I guess, though, they're able to maybe have that relationship with the students, or at least interact with the students. They're not in an office somewhere.
It's great. I see it, at football games or basketball games, the interactions that they have with our students and our student athletes, and they're there cheering them on. They're vested in our students and our staff, and so it's a big difference. And that's a very, thanks for bringing it up, because it's positive to build those relationships. And not only just that, but the students being able to trust that there's an adult on campus that's there for them, and that's their guy, that's their gal, right, that does that. So it's been really good.
Excellent. Very good. And I would assume, too, that maybe if a student were to hear something or hear about something, that they may feel more comfortable talking to that officer, or at least talking to a teacher who could talk to the officer, or what have you, to keep that communication open.
That is certainly the goal, absolutely. And whether it's through our anonymous reporting system, but you're right, when they build these relationships and they're in our hallways, and it's not just, in our big comprehensive high schools, it's not just one person, it is one armed security officer, but there's a team of campus safety monitors as well.
Right.
So there's upwards 5-6 at our big comprehensive high schools, people that are in our hallways regularly that these kids can turn to.
Yeah.
And staff.
Right. Very good. Thank you for sharing that with us this morning. Also, high school registration. There's a note here. High school fair.
I mean, it's just different. So I appreciate our folks that support our high schools and middle schools with building master schedules, and you know, a big push for, and you know, if you want to grow your programs, you got to talk about them. And so both high schools, comprehensive high schools, are doing career fair, elective fairs, registration, where they're inviting students in to learn more about our programs. And I think I've seen some Facebook posts over the last couple of days about what that's looked like. You know, whether it's our welding programs coming up from the Kate and setting up a table and talking to students to get them more involved in good choices, and being able to fill these classes up. So
Right.
I appreciate our high school principals, our high school counselors, and the teachers for taking the time to provide after hours or after hour time for our families to come in and learn more about their programs.
Gotcha. Very good. And for the marketing folks, just your audience for those types of messages, is that just folks maybe who are kids who are maybe being homeschooled or what have you, to maybe consider going to one of the high schools, or what's the push behind these messages?
Yeah, I think it's just to make families in general in our area aware that we do have these programs, and they are flourishing and they're so amazing. So it's just a matter of considering the possibilities, you know, like something that I probably wouldn't have thought of whenever I was in high school is aviation, and that's a program that we are offering. So it's just things that are needing to be brought to the forefront to really highlight.
Yeah, very cool.
I have a student at home, for example, that prior to going to the high school fair, wasn't thinking about joining choir, and now he will.
Okay.
So I thought it's about seeing what's out there and being able to explore it.
What else is available? Gotcha. Yeah. Nice. Very good. Well, that's a great opportunity. Sure.
It is. It really is a good opportunity. I mean, I'm looking at a menu of choices. There's a big difference between looking at a menu of choices versus actually going to the school to hear more about it. To, you know, I'm assuming, you know, you see some choir students singing, or band members with their instruments, or welders with their welding cabs and showing our projects that they've done. It's just a more in-depth way to look at it.
Yeah. No.
Good.
Very true. Especially thinking about college and things like that too, to see what aligns with maybe what they'd like to do, or discovering something new.
Yep.
And doing that in high school. So that's great. Expansion of your career and technical center, the Kate Center.
Yeah, so we're getting ready. Mr. McMinn this Friday is going to have our second visioning meeting with our with some partners in town, and with the addition of our new pre-K, which is coming right along and getting ready to open in the fall. We're going to be able to expand the Kate Center. We're going to vacate 12 classrooms from the pre-K, so
Right.
all of our pre-K will be out of there, and it's just another opportunity for us to continue to grow and provide different opportunities, as Lauren said, around things like aviation, just career pathways, right?
Right.
And so this meeting on Friday, and we're really looking forward to the second meeting. Mr. McMinn's done an amazing job of bringing our community together, along with an outside organization to help support this effort in growing, and what can it be so students you know, are job ready when they leave us, for those that may not be going to college. So they've done a really nice job, and whether it's construction trades, or we hear of the increased, I was watching a podcast the other day on the number of electricians that we're going to need in this world within the next 10 years. Giving kids those opportunities as a head start to find a pathway that will set them up for life.
Yeah. Very good. Excellent. Well,
It's
good
gonna
luck.
be great.
Good luck with that. I know you'll
Yeah.
keep us updated as things move
We
forward
will,
in your
and
plans.
I love to when as we continue to grow, have Mr. McMinn and Mr. Gamboa come in and talk more about it and what it's going to look like. So
Right.
There's going to be we've earmarked some money for that to expand that, and got to turn regular preschool classrooms into construction trade classrooms. So
Right.
it's going to take some dollars.
Very good. Well, I like how you think, Mr. Diehl. You're planning out the next 3 months of shows for me, and I really
There you go.
appreciate that. That's wonderful. So great.
Well, I won't have to talk as much.
Yeah, there you go. Very good. Some new board leadership, of course. We had school board elections in the fall, well, and new board members have been added all over the county, all over the state, of course, and so that's no different at Farmington Schools.
Yeah, so Board President Mr. Keith Corley did not run again, so we want to thank him as we did on his way out.
Right.
But, Ms. Krista McWilliams, who was not up for re-election, is our new board president. Ms. Andra Stradling, who was up for re-election and was re-elected, congratulations to her, will be our new vice president. Ms. Lisa Maxwell was not up for re-election, is our board secretary. Mr. Dizon Mays, who was appointed last March, had to run in November and was elected, and he'll be our deputy secretary. And our newest board member, Miss Alyssa Begay, out of District 3.
Congratulations to her.
Ran in place for in Mr. Corley's seat, and yes, congratulations to her, and I appreciate all of them. Miss Begay has hit the ground running and is visiting our schools and doing a really nice job of building those relationships. So next week we're going to head to Santa Fe for the legislative session as a board, and good stuff.
Very good. Well,
very supportive. I really appreciate their efforts, and whether it's around high expectations for students or school safety, they're at the table and they're vested in us. So
yeah, very good. Well, and they hire you.
They do hire me.
They're your boss, right?
They
so
are. Yep.
There you are.
Yeah.
So there's that as well. That gives us a nice segue into the legislative session, which is kind of midway through almost their 30-day session. So what kind of things are you watching for out of Santa Fe?
Yeah, I mean, there's not. I mean, this is the 30-day session is fast and furious, and it's really about money. So we're just anxiously waiting what it's going to look like for us. And I've seen budgets from the executive budget to the public education department's recommendation, the legislative finance committee, the LESC, the legislative education study committee. So we'll see where they all land. And
are they all somewhat close, or are they not too far
they
apart?
They're always pretty close,
Yeah.
right? And so it's just a matter of where that unit value ends up,
right.
And will allow us to plan moving forward. So
okay,
there's that, and there's really appreciate the state's push, and we'll talk a little bit about it on the last bullet, but around math and literacy. And there's a couple bills that we're watching on requirements for elementary teachers, some little extra math methods courses that they'll have to take, and this will be for new teachers. Mm-hmm. Existing teachers will be grandfathered in, but I really appreciate the push from the public education department and the state around keeping high expectations for reading and math.
Very good.
Looking at those, and those are the two big ones that I'm really paying attention to, because that's what's most important, right? That's why we're here, is to grow our students and help them succeed.
Right. Well, and to see some maybe ranking statewide move up a few notches.
That's good.
Yeah, right.
I always take that.
There you go. Let's talk about that final bullet this morning, this coalition of educational leaders and the white paper. That sounds very official.
Yeah, so a group of superintendents around the state were asked to support a study from a company called Everest, and they're doing it pro bono, so hopefully no bias, right? And so Farmington Municipal Schools was one of the districts who participated in the study. Mm-hmm. And I think the biggest takeaway is, and I love the fact that in the state of New Mexico we have high expectations, but be on the lookout for a little more around this. And I don't want to provide any spoilers. And I think Mr. Taboada at some point will maybe put a graphic on our webpage. We'll see how it gets, what kind of traction it gets throughout the state. But we're going to see at the legislative session, and I'll just in its simplest terms, if we compare New Mexico with neighboring states using the same metric,
right?
Let's say a Lexile score. We always hear that New Mexico is last in education. In this white paper, we will see that we're not. Our expectations are a little different. If we use the same Lexile score, and if we use the same metric that they do in Texas, New Mexico outperforms Texas. So be on the lookout.
Okay.
It's just a little teaser. It's just a little teaser for today. I think that we're going to hear a little bit of talk about that at the legislative session. But I even heard a legislator on Facebook or TikTok the other day talking about how New Mexico is last in education, and they need to really dig into this study. Not only legislators, but the community in general.
Right. Well, it'd be helpful to understand maybe what's
Exactly.
behind those rankings, right? And maybe if they're not equally comparing states to states, then we need to understand why.
You know, I'll use the old park test from 15 years ago as an example. You know, to be proficient, you had to score a 3, 4, or 5. Well, we said in New Mexico to be proficient, you had to score a 4 or 5. So
that was a higher standard.
It was a higher standard, which I have no problem with.
Sure,
We
sure.
continue in Farmington Municipal Schools to try to set high standards. Our goals of 85% of our students will be proficient. When we send that into the state, they tell us your goals are too lofty, right? So, but we continue to want to set those high standards, and I appreciate that the state does that. But if we're going to compare, states, we're not last. I can promise you, we are not last in New Mexico.
Okay.
And I want to thank our teachers for what they do on a daily basis, because I walk around our schools regularly and I see amazing things happening in our schools. We just need to compare apples to apples if we're going to make these comparisons.
Well, I think that would be very helpful, right? And I feel bad that I repeated the same refrain that we hear all the time, right, about how lowly ranked our schools tend to be, and if that's not accurate, I don't want to keep repeating that.
Well,
so I will look forward to reading that white paper, and
we'll make sure we share it with you.
Please do. Yes.
Yeah. And I'm hopeful that when you talk to the other area superintendents, it's a topic of conversation with them as well.
Definitely. Well, for sure.
So we definitely are not last. I can promise you that.
Okay. Very good. and the other, I think, message is stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
There's more to come,
Yeah,
right?
stay tuned. And the NAEP, I'll leave you with this. The NAEP test that is given, that we're regularly compared to, across the country, a very, very, very small percentage of our students in New Mexico take that exam. So we just need to do a better job of telling that story, and I think this white paper is a great start to it. So we'll see what kind of traction it gains in Santa Fe this month.
Okay, very good. Well, we'll look forward to having you back to update us on all the things that we're talking about that are in the works at Farmington Schools. So thank you for coming in. We are out of time, I'm afraid to say, but it happens
as always.
Every time.
If you love kids and you want to come to work, you know where to apply.
There you go. Very true.
Thank you, and thank you guys again for being here. The media team does an amazing job, and thank you for having us.
Of course, it's great to have you all here. Thank you both for coming in, representing the Public Information Office and everything else. And Mr. Diehl, we'll see you next month.
Sure.
All right. Thank you very much. My guest from Farmington Schools will be here on KSJE. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.